where the late Homabay Senator Otieno Kajwang's father, as we know, was yesterday rushed to hospital upon receiving the news of his son's death. Doctors at the hospital in Kisumu have been monitoring his situation overnight, and Fred Omulo, I understand, is now able to join us by way of telephone from Kisumu. Fred, before we lost you earlier, I was asking, you had spoken to the doctor who's treating Kajwang's father. What did he have to say?
Well, we've spoken with Dr. Samoula, who is the medical director of Aga Khan Kisumu, and he tells us that David Kajwang is in stable condition. He had suffered shock yesterday, acute chest pain that were as a result of the news he received of his son's death yesterday morning. They have treated him. He's still in their wards, and they expect to discharge him by tomorrow.
All right, they expect to discharge him from tomorrow. So that's the update from the hospital. What about the home? Yesterday you did tell us that there were meetings which were meant to kick off yesterday for funeral arrangements. Has this taken place yet?
Yes, there was one meeting yesterday. The late senator's youngest brother, Moses Otieno, told us that they held a meeting yesterday evening, and they expect to hold another one today. Yesterday's meeting was just to absorb the shock and to get everything and everyone together so that they can deliberate on how to deal with the situation.
All right.
Today's meeting, they plan to come up with different roles for different people in which they will be able to organize themselves for subsequent events such as the burial, etc.
Fred, could you please paint a picture for us on what exactly is happening in the home? I'm assuming there's a lot of people streaming in and out. How is that being controlled?
It's really been a somber mood out there, and mourners are still streaming in, delivering their condolences, but there's not too much chaos. It's a spontaneous order. People are still very, very shocked about the whole event, and they still don't know what to expect, what to think about. There's a lot of speculation about how the senator could have died. So all of these things are happening simultaneously, and no one really knows where to go, what to do, what step to take. And that's what they are doing. They're looking up to the family to come up with a committee that will more or less guide them.
Okay, Fred, you're painting a picture of a family which is still trying to get everything in order. But I'm just wondering, is this home open to members of the public? Have we seen any elected officials going into the home? Or is it just close family and friends who we've seen going into the Homabay homestead?
Senator Kajwang was really a property of the public. So his homestead was open to mourners from all over. Yesterday, the members of the county assembly in Homabay streamed to the place. They were there in the early morning, and they actually held a tribute session just like it happened in the National Assembly and the Senate. And then after that, it was just open to members of the public, family, friends, people from all over. We've had officials from the county government here in Kisumu, Migori. All of them have gone there, condoled the family, consoled them, and spent some time with them.
Thank you very much, Fred Omulo. He is joining us from Kisumu, where he's keeping an eye on the situation with regard to the late Homabay Senator Otieno Kajwang's father, who was yesterday rushed to hospital after he received news of his son's death.